Hey everyone, we are here with Sid Kotian, the artist on some of the new Marvel comics such as Thorn and Gambit.
And also DC Comics. I worked on a few issues of Vigil, which is like an Indian superhero team. It's a new one that they launched very recently.
The one that Ram is working on, right?
Yes, yes. The excellent Ramvi, yeah.
So you're collaborating with Lalit and Dave Malia and all those guys.
Yeah. We're all collaborating on it together in some issues.
So what's coming up on Forbidden?
Well, I just finished the artwork on chapter 2. It's looking stellar. You can actually see it. Those are original artworks right there in case you want to grab it. So I got some original artwork out here. We finished 45 pages in like a month. And it's hot off the presses. Literally, it's being printed right now. It's going to be here tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm very excited for it.
It's going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I did the art and Prasad Rao, Pressy, he did the colors for it. It looks excellent. In my opinion, my humble opinion, my biased opinion, it's the best looking Indian comic ever made.
All right, that's good to know. So it'll be here tomorrow, you said. And
Yes.
issue 1 also has your art?
No, issue 1 had a different artist. I came only on chapter 2.
So while you were working on this on the Indian side, so you want to tell me something about the art that you have been doing on Marvel side? So you worked on Electra, right?
Yeah, before that I worked on Gambit with Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
Then I worked on Electra. Then I worked on something called The Unforgiven with Tim Seeley.
Okay.
And that had these 3 really awesome Marvel characters. Like first issue was Spider-Man with the Unforgiven. Unforgiven is a vampire team of theirs. So they were trying to promote the vampire team. So it's like a crossover with Spider-Man is there on the first issue, and X-Men is there in the second issue, and the third issue is with Captain America, and the entire story ties together in that.
How was it working with Chris Claremont? Because he's like a legend, right?
Oh, it was a dream come true. His imagination is still so solid, man. I loved it.
How did it come about? Like, did you reach out to Marvel, or was there a pitch?
I never reach out to anyone.
Yeah.
I just sit at home and people reach out to me. And I'm sorry, but that's how I got into Marvel. That's how I got into DC and also Forbidden Verse.
Good.
Otherwise, I just try and make my own comics, but I never get the time because someone is always coming up with an offer. I'm like, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, so Believe in Indian Sky was really good, right? So
Thank you.
You kickstarted it. You did the whole art.
And the story and the lettering.
Yeah. So how was it?
It was
Experience.
It was a labor of love. Because I used to make all these characters, like I worked on webtoons and other series for Image and stuff, but I didn't own any of it, because I was just like a small fry artist from India, so they were like, no, you're not getting rights. So I wanted something of my own. So I was like, I have to do this now. So I have to write something, then make it, letter it, publish it, and that's what I did. So it's fine.
Yeah. So why did you decide to go to Kickstarter instead of maybe trying through any of the Indian publications?
Kickstarter is generally like the go-to right now. Kickstarter, there's another thing called Indiegogo, I think.
I think they have.
And even like big name people are doing that. Like Sean Murphy recently kickstarted something called Zorro. You go like a crazy vampire. Sean Murphy after all. But yeah, so it's like the go-to. You get your creative freedom, you get to do what you want, and you get to give it to people who want it.
So, do you have any plans of expanding the work that you have done on Beneath an Indian Sky? Like, is there going to be a volume 2 of it?
I was planning on it, but honestly, I just want to do something else now, something more a different line, something more anime influenced, I think, or manga influenced. I've always been leaning towards it. I'm like this high time. I should just lean into it completely and see what happens.
So you are changing your art style a bit, or it's
No. The story, because manga has this. They're not constrained by the 20-page format. They can like really stretch out an action scene or an emotional beat, and they have all that freedom. And I'm just excited to like tackle it that way and see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, we are used to reading like 30 chapters of a fight scene in manga, but
Yeah.
you don't get to do that in.
Exactly. It's something new, something fun. Let's see.
So,
how
is that something you started working on?
Only in my head. Because, like I said, we finished 45 pages in like a month, and so it's been like, yeah.
So, once this is done, so what's next for you right now?
Chapter 3, then chapter 4, chapter 5, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's good.
And also my private commissions that I do and other stuff.
So you are still doing some of the private commissions. You are still ripped by Jeff or someone else?
No, it's still better by Jeff, yeah.
your art still seems very much like the superhero art that we have grown to love. It has that sense of familiarity, even though it has your unique touch, right? So, who are some of these artists that you have maybe gotten inspired by, emulated when starting out?
Well, of course, Jim Lee, the greatest superhero artist of all time. Then, of course, there's so many over the years. There's Sean Murphy also lately. I really love his style. And someone who's not a superhero artist per se, James Harden.
James Harden is really good.
He is really, really good. Yeah. Yeah,
Did you check his Ultra Mega?
Of course, that's the one I'm talking about. That's his best work. Yeah.
That was nuts.
I mean, I'm guessing it's more to come.
I'm also hoping.
Guessing, Craig.
That's good. So, are you planning to do anything on the horror side or monster kaiju genre?
Not kaiju per se, but I have horror elements in almost everything I write. Like Beneath an Alien Sky was also horror.
Sci-fi horror, yeah.
Sci-fi horror, exactly. It was horror light. It was PG-13
Yes.
horror. And the next one, I want to go completely like R-rated. So,
Good.
let's see.